Hi everyone, Eric Murray here. I've been thinking for a while about doing some video for indoor rowing on the Concept 2 machine, really to give people some motivation, to give them some training, something to work towards. Now, it's going to be pretty broad, and first and foremost, all we want to do is create some content. So it's going to probably be shorter workouts, piece work. Later on, we're going to start looking into challenges, looking at programs that could develop a 2K, possibly a 5K. Maybe you want to do something in the marathon sense, or even if it's just 500-meter stuff. We're going to try and work for, I guess, all the markets, because at the moment, there's a lot of people around the world that use a rowing machine. There's millions and millions of people that use a rowing machine. Now, we want to get them to identify as being part of the rowing community, because yes, you're on the indoor rowing machine, whether it's a Concept 2 machine or other ones, you are a rower basically. And so what we want to do is develop people using the machine. It's great as a health and well-being exercise. We know that people need to be fit and active in this day and age. And whether that takes them onto the journey of being on the water, being a competitive rower, or maybe have Olympic aspirations, then that's awesome. But first and foremost, if they're using one in the gym, they've got one at home, they've got one in their club, we want them to be using it a lot more than possibly they currently are, or using it in a better way. So there's so much we can do with it. We can do speed work, we can do long endurance stuff, we can do power workouts. And so my goal is really just to, as I said, to create content, to create workouts that people can go online and they can say, right, I've got 25 minutes or half an hour, I'm going to do that workout today. And they can pump it out, and they can put the smartphone on the screen, on the cradle. They can listen to me as I talk them through the piece. We sync the times up, and away we go. Now, ultimately, I'd love to be able to do a live stream, but my internet at my house is not going to allow me to do that. And obviously for geographical reasons, we're on the other side of the earth than probably the bigger markets in America and Europe. And so that time difference is going to be a big issue. That's why, first and foremost, if we start off with some videos, we create the content, people can watch it, they can get some advice off it. Now, I'm no expert. Now, I don't think there is really an expert in indoor rowing. There's a lot of people that have different philosophies on training techniques, on the actual technique that you do on the machine. Mine is really just from what I've learned, what I've seen, and spending the better part of a couple of decades using the machine in a very high competitive environment. I'd like to think there are some things that I can switch over to that. Now, ultimately, I don't have the gym experience for the people that are just coming in and just starting to use the rowing machine. So that's going to be a little bit of a testing zone. But first and foremost, let's just start. We've got to start somewhere. We've got to just take this blank canvas, which is the rowing machine, which is video, which is getting people active, using that, and for whatever reason that you might be doing it, let's do it together, and really let's create something that could be really special. Share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. We're just going to be doing a lot more of this. Ultimately, I'm going to be doing a lot of it, because maybe I'm going to have to start doing 2 or 3 times a day to put enough content in there for people to really get enough to share, to do themselves. And so I'm looking forward to doing it. So follow along with me, and we'll really get stuck into this, and we'll see how far around the world we can take this, see how many people we can get into the rowing machine, see how many people we can get into the rowing community. Let's do it.